Hey y'all, I just wanted to swing by real quick and I wanted to chat with you guys about transitioning. So last time we chatted, we talked about initial touches and I just want to kind of do a quick recap on that. So when you're doing an initial touch, you're going to want to start first with using the person's name, and you're going to not want to use the company name. So you're not going to want to say, hey, I'm Kristen with Usborne Books. You're not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to talk about product in that initial touch, okay? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to address them. You're going to want to make sure that you include something that you remember about them. If you don't remember anything about them, then head on over to their Facebook page, their profile page, and kind of snoop around a little bit. Maybe comment on one of their posts. And you want to kind of keep in mind, okay? So the messaging goes on in the background. That's going to help change the algorithm. But also, your interaction with them is going to also change the algorithm. If you're actually connecting with them on their Facebook profile, they are more likely to see your messages when you comment, when you post them on your profile. And just be aware that if you are messaging people in the background, even if they don't respond, they are very likely to actually head over and to check out your Facebook profile and to be like kind of snooping behind the scenes. So sometimes people don't respond for various different reasons, but we can kind of up our ante by remembering these things. First of all, use their name. Second of all, no company name, no product information. And then the last thing is you're going to want to use some sort of engaging question. You're not going to want to use, hey, how you doing? Hi, how's it going? All of these are kind of the American slang for howdy, and people oftentimes just hey back at you. And in Facebook Messenger, that doesn't necessarily get you a response. So instead, you're going to want to do something like, hey, I noticed you went to Disneyland. How many days were you there? Or you could do something like, I noticed that you guys just got a new house. Like, where did you move to? Anything where you're actually asking an open-ended question that requires a real response. And those are going to be a lot more likely to get you a response. Okay, so now that we've done the initial touch, they've messaged you and you guys have messaged back, and you're going to look to message back at least twice before you bring up product. Don't bring up product. Don't bring up your party that you're booking for. Don't bring up the party that you're throwing that you'd like to invite them to. Don't do any of those things until you've had at least two interchanges with them. And then what you want to do for your transition is actually ask permission. Okay? So I know that seems a little bit strange, but it could be something real simple like, hey, do you have a quick moment for me to share with you an exciting event I have coming up? Or there's a new special. Would you have a quick moment for me to share with you about it? Would you have a quick moment for me to share about some new books that we just had come out? Would you have a quick moment? And the thing is that by giving that, do you have a quick moment, they can have the opportunity to say, no, now it's not a good time, okay? In which case you can say, okay, cool. Well, is there a time when I could reach back out to you? Or would it be okay if I reached back to you in a couple days? Something like that, where you're actually engaging the no, first of all, but then also you're inviting and respecting their need and their time, because it's super important that people A, know that you care about them as a person, but B, that they know that you respect their time and how valuable that is. This is pretty much the most valuable thing that people have to give is their time. And so by respecting that, you really do open up the opportunities to have more conversations with people. And I can't say that I've had anybody turn me down when I've asked if they have a quick moment, but I'm sure that at times I'm going to run into somebody who now's not a good time, but that's okay, because you're not just blowing through your list. You are not just trying to get like massive amounts of numbers out there. Oh, one last thing I want to add about the initial touch, and even any of the interchanges after that. You really don't want to ask more than one question at a time. If you were talking to somebody in person, you would certainly not like ask them 15 questions without a response, right? You would actually instead ask a question and then wait. And then ask another question and then wait again. And by the waiting, like that's the respectful conversational thing to do. But for some reason, when we get on Messenger, sometimes we like have like a whole thing that we want to say, and we want to say it all in one moment. And by doing so, we overload people. And if somebody's busy, they're probably not going to take the time to answer 15 questions. And so you may lose the opportunity to actually connect with the person by bombarding them with so much. And instead, I highly recommend one question, be sure to use their name, and then ask permission when it comes time to transition. Thank you guys.